Dead Island 2, is it worth a buy? Let's read the words. On the Epic Games Store. Los Angeles is in quarantine and the military have retreated. Only you and a handful of and the handful of others who happen to be resistant to the pathogen hold the future of the city and humanity in the balance. Yes, guys, Dead Island 2 is finally here after how many years? 10, 12, 15? I don't know. A lot. A lot, guys. A quick look at the graphical options. There's quite a few, as you would expect, from a game that costs 60 effing effers, guys. Obviously, you can get the base game that's not the full game for a bit less than that, but it's still 55, 60 quid. Ridiculous. The good news is you can run this on a 1060, 1070, no problem whatsoever. It stomps along. You'll not have any real graphical problems as long as you twiddle and tweak it a little bit. Ran great for me on the 2080, as you would expect. So no problems at all. Graphically wise, it isn't very nice looking considering we're in 2023. In fact, if you compare Dead Island to this, there's not a lot, guys. There's not like 13 or 14 years worth of graphical upgrades in this. And this is my gripe with this game. This is my big gripe with this game. It doesn't feel like a better sequel than Dead Island. I will have actually ended up playing Dead Island way longer than Dead Island 2. I'm already pretty bored of Dead Island 2, and I'm not very far into the game at all, guys. Let's dig and have a look at what's wrong and what's right with it, because there is some righties with this. The first thing is the characters that the slayers. You have to choose your slayer at the beginning, guys. And yeah.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
So that's that. The game is linear, in the sense of it's not as open world as you would expect it to be. It's what happens is you have different areas that you go to, and these are little open areas, but they're tiny, they're really small, and then you'll move from that area through a loading screen and a checkpoint to the next area, which is again relatively small, a few buildings here and there. So it's kind of open in the little areas, but it's in a lot of the areas you can't access quite yet, and there's a lot of backtracking. I'm only like 3 or 4 zones in, and there's still quite a bit of backtracking in the early zones. So I can imagine when it gets into zone 10, the amount of freaking backtracking that's going to be in the game. Anyway, let's move on to the combat, which is the main thing you're going to be doing in this game. I haven't unlocked guns yet, so I can't tell you what the gunplay is like, but I've heard it's awful. It's not the kind of game where you would use guns anyway. I certainly wouldn't want to use guns. Not when you can get a huge sledgehammer, electrify it, and then smack some bastard in the face with it and knock them to kingdom come. That's what I want to do in a game, and I tell you what, the meat is on the bone, guys, when it comes to smacking people in the face in this game, or whether you're drop kicking them off a ledge. Just the melee action is just excellent. It really is. I mean, it looks a bit odd, some of them. The animations are not great, but my goodness, you certainly feel like you're hitting somebody when you smack them. There's nothing like it when they're running at you and you just swing that hammer and whack in their face. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. It's a lips out feeling, guys. There's not many games give a lips out feeling in melee. Fair enough with a big light machine gun, you get lips outs in a lot of games, but I was doing it in melee in this. I was like, come on, you know, it's beautiful, guys. It's a beautifully violent game. The missions, whether they're the side missions or whether they are main missions, are very, very linear. They are boring, and the characters that you come across are absolutely nauseatingly awful. These people are just not serious at all in this game. It's a zombie apocalypse. You would expect... I just want a serious game. Is that wrong of me that I want a serious game? I want serious characters. I want to see people terrified to let you into their house. I want to see people absolutely crying their eyes out because there's a zombie apocalypse going on. I don't want to come across houses where people are standing there in the fucking Y-fronts having a party while there's zombies all over the lawn. It's bullshit. And it's not funny even. Do you know what the thing is? It's not a bit fucking funny, this game. They're trying to make it funny with these characters, but they're so badly written, they're not a bit fucking funny. I'd rather be kicked in the balls and laugh at that than, well... So what have you got then? What have you got? Well, I'll tell you what you've got. You've got brilliant melee combat and some really good crafting. My goodness, guys, I've always wanted to strap blowtorches to a garden fucking rake and hit someone in the face with it. No, you haven't. Alright, sounded good though. Stop ringing your bell. So what it boils down to is this, guys. What it boils down to, there's massive amounts of loot to be had. There's lots of searching around. You can turn shit off on the UI. There's crafting benches scattered all over the place. You can go in and just turn a basic garden implement into a savage weapon of war. No problem whatsoever. You get, I mean, I've took me time to loot everything. That's why I'm not that far in the game. I've literally every house. I've been looking under books, under the carpets, everywhere. I have every bit of loot from people's houses, guys. The zombies themselves that you're going to whack around the place, a lot of them are good. Some of them are awful. There's one that's like the shocking zombie. It is quite shocking, to be honest with you. It's just... No, I'd rather they just be more tougher than these stupid zombies. But yeah, you've got stupid zombies, guys. You've got fire ones. It's like, you know, Flame On from bloody Fantastic Four running around at you. It's just, what are you doing, mate? Yeah. You can set traps, which I like. You can throw batteries into pools of water and electrocute people. You can use petrol cans as bombs. There's a lot of stuff like that where you can just piss about and have fun with. It's a very piss abouty, have fun game because the game loop's pretty boring, to be honest with you. Kill zombies, loot, craft weapons, kill zombies. Mac, you can't even say it. Lombies. Kill lombies, guys. You gotta kill all the lombies. And there's not much else. I've done nothing else in I've played it all day, and that's all I've done today. Just the quests, awful quests, horrible characters. When I say awful quests, every quest is mind-numbingly boring. Go and find a circuit breaker to put in so the gate works and stops the zombies coming in. Go and find a battery for this. Can you find my keys, please? Can you go and rescue this person? But you know what? What makes it fun is where the quests are. There's a ton of zombies, tons of loot, and tons of weapons. So you're going around smacking everything around, and that makes it fun because the combat is fun. Now, you also have abilities. Each Slayer has abilities, and you get them in the form of cards, which is a stupid idea. It doesn't work at all with this game. What it is, it's just they wanted a card game because everybody else is doing cards. So they've took a perk system out and put cards in, and it's pretty much identical to the perk system. It's like, what have you done? It's not like you're building your deck, because you just get the cards anyway. It's just, you put a card in there, that card makes you dodge, put that card in instead of it, and you know what, you can block now. What, you can't do fucking both? No, because we wanted cards so you can interchange, block card, dodge card, block, dodge card, fuck off. I want to dodge and block. Every fucking game that does that can dodge and block, except this one. Ah, fuck. Just because you can have stupid cards. There's a lot wrong with it. The zombies respawn all over the bloody place as well. Guys, you'll be in a garden that's completely fenced off. Nobody can get in. You've killed all the zombies. You'll walk around the corner to see what's behind the shed. Come back. Oh, there's 3 zombies there. I've seen them. I've literally watched them materialise and dematerialise in front of me. You'll go into a house, you know there's absolutely impossible for a zombie to be behind you, and there'll be a zombie behind you. Because once you... And all the loot respawns as well. So... You're walking around the house, go out the house, come back in. Let's loot it all again. Yeah, guys, come on. It's lazy. It's very lazy. It's slovenly and lazy. It's a slovenly, lazy game, this. And it isn't worth £55 or £60. But it is great fun in the combat. It's a £30 game. It's a half-assed game, guys. It's half-assed. That's what it is. It's a half-assed game with shit characters, boring, unimmersive loot and zombies, some stupid zombies, but it has brilliantly fun melee. So if you just want to piss about with setting fire to people with a garden rake that's got Bunsen burners attached to it or whatever, this is the game for you because it oozes that. It's 10 out of 10 for that. But as a zombie survival game, nah, it'll squeeze through with a 6.